What's good, everybody? Welcome to Bowler's Paradise. My name is Ben. I'm a USBC Silver Certified Coach, and today we are taking a look at the all-new Emerge from Ebonite. League season is right around the corner, and there's lots of new equipment on the way, so be sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. You got it? All right, let's go. Ebonite adds the all-new Emerge to their Pro Performance category alongside the Polaris Hybrid and, surprisingly, no big solid asym at the time of this video. The Emerge comes out of the box at a 1500 grit polished finish on the all-new optimized pearl cover featuring that HK22 additive. Inside the Emerge is the Emerge core with a mid-range 2.51 RG and a pretty strong 0.053 differential and an 0.21 intermediate diff. For the layout, we went with a 4.5 by 4 by 4 2LS layout. This is about the strongest layout I would put on an asym these days, and we chose to do this on the Emerge to hopefully see a strong mid-lane roll. While reviewing other releases from Ebonite, it seemed like every time they would pick up a strong roll in that hook phase, the shape through the pins was great, and we wanted more of that out of the Emerge. And on the lanes, I was blown away by how strong this thing was. The outside part of the lane on this house shot was basically unusable, as anytime the Emerge saw friction, it would hook about as aggressively as I've seen a ball hook in the years that I've been bowling. I definitely had some ideas of how I thought it was going to look, hoping it would be easier off the spot like the other releases from Ebonite, so that may have played into my astonishment, but the results also speak for themselves here. This thing is just kind of a monster. And even though I left a lot of pins on the deck figuring out that this ball was made to be used deep inside, I actually enjoyed the shape a lot. With the massive 0.21 intermediate differential, I would have never guessed that this Emerge would produce this much downlane angle, but just like with the One Remix, even though the core numbers are huge, they don't just roll out and swish pins. That feature alone makes this Emerge unique in the market, as you can trust that the core will basically never let it blow past the break point, and that the HK22 cover material will make sure it stands up on the friction and tries to pile drive the pins into the pit. It's a high upside kind of shape, but there's a good amount of risk involved in that. If I got around it too much, or threw it too slow, or got it too far outside too fast, it was a guessing game on if I would split or not, but I certainly wasn't going to strike. There was very little free hold until I got well inside fourth arrow, and then I still had to get the Emerge outside quickly so it would have some lane to grab onto and do its thing. So on one hand, the adventure was slightly frustrating to figure out this piece, but on the other hand, having an option like this where I have to play so much more angle through the front part of the lane to get it to do the right thing, I would argue is actually a good thing. The Emerge does something that most other pieces can't. So then you'd want to put it with something like a Game Breaker 2 and a Polaris Hybrid that are best suited to play the track area, or at least keeping your angles more in front of you. If you have that much variety of shapes, you'll have to know what each piece does for your game to see success, but once you do, you'll be able to make shapes no one else in the field would think are possible. For comparison, I first grabbed the Brunswick Infinity, and you can see how significantly slower transitioning it is. This piece does a great job handling the friction on the outside part of the lane and blending it out. In this scenario, the Infinity is the much safer play, but that comes with the downside of sacrificing some carry on the off hits. Then for our cross-brand comparison, I grabbed the Eternity from 900 Global. This has been one of my favorite asyms since it came out, so it has tamed out a bit, but you can see how much less the Eternity hooks compared to the Emerge. I had assumed these two pieces would be almost identical in overall strength, but it turns out that the Emerge was at least a zone more than the Eternity and a lot more trustworthy to get up and get to the pocket even through the carry down. So with that, here's my recommendations on the types of bowlers I think would match up well with this piece. The first is rev-dominant bowlers who struggle on fresh house conditions. I bring this recommendation as someone with personal experience here. I suck on fresh house conditions, but you can bet that I'd put the Emerge on the rack and just get inside of everyone and trust it. I know I can play huge angles with it, in that all I have to do is get my feet in the right area to have some extra hook if I miss right and some hold left. The second is bowlers with a low axis of rotation. If you stay up the back of the bowling ball, the tendency is that you'll struggle to create angle through the pins. Well, there's plenty of that built right into this emerge, and I would bet those bowlers will see a dramatic increase in carry percentage when they have to move inside with this new piece from Ebonite. The emerge is another in a now long line of pieces featuring this HK22 additive. And Ebonite pairing that responsiveness with some significant core strength will give you the unique shape on the lane to watch your scores rise to the top of the leaderboard. And you can pick this up today and much more at bowlersparadise.com. Be sure to use that discount code YouTube at checkout for free shipping. Shout out to Dale's Weston Lanes for letting us film this video. If you haven't yet, like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell for more ball and product reviews, and as always, remember you guys, having the right ball in your hands, now that's a bowler's paradise. Peace.